enough flats, right? One this side.
One in the middle.
And one in the middle. That's it. One
How many
over
are
here, so that people are sitting over there can see.
There.
Here, one here, right? That's enough. No need of putting the what do you see meaning and all.
Okay.
Yeah. PQ, what is C? U-shape even looks good, you know.
This is better.
This is better. The tables will not give you that. Only EGM and all looks like. Oh.
It's good for even the
Yeah, dinner and all it is good. That kind of even EGM just. But U-shape even looks good, you know. And area event is also going on today. Area no district 20 CTD event is going. 3:30 only they started. They're asking members to join Friday 3:30 is I don't know. This is the problem with the meetings having on Fridays. We are having meeting. Okay, most of the year.
Is that
No.
I thought
It went.
I thought it's more curly.
VPN it's good software, but what do you want to do with that? How to select India then India is there. I want to connect it. Yeah, VPN, I don't know which one it is. I was used, but there is no India. Many you check for the software. And they are not that cheap, no expensive. Don't go for free software. They are really free. Don't go for pirated one. Pay something, then you are secure. But you were saying that we finished no, we finished I don't know. I didn't see that. So there is option, India option is there, India is there, India. How much they charge if you change? So little bit Express you can 99 USD 35. 35. वो तो वही है ना ले लो. Why are you going for this? Connection website even other card also doesn't work. The other means in India also. मेरा ये आया नहीं यार अभी उसको लिख दो ना टोस्टमास्टर्स को प्रेसिडेंट मेडल आया नहीं अभी कोई बात नहीं लास्ट टाइम लिखा था मैंने नहीं 3 महीने के ऊपर हो गया बाकी सब आया ना वो रिलीजमेंट आया है दीदी हाय थैंक हाय हाउ यू where is your guest my chair be there where is your guest
Yeah, she didn't.
You can sit here.
Supposed to come.
I come and say yes who you're supposed to bring me
Yeah.
Yeah, I say seat पकड़ना पड़ेगा हैं before you sit down I can be there
Yeah.
Nobody is here. You will get it, you will get it only to go and nobody is here. You are at least you are having XCOM, Baba. Doing XCOM. My XCOM is not there. XCOM will come now. No. That is good, no? I think that one. The patient master is not there. Ah, yeah. No, he is there. So the stock is, he is there. He's there. I like that, huh? Yeah, no? Nice design.
He's extra.
Yeah.
Little more than it.
Yeah. No, two more than extra.
They say no, that is super.
This is what
And we say that super.
he's like, I feel like, in your term, how Sukumar took up from similar way. Now we are having BPPR.
Yeah.
The memories of Sukumar.
Absolutely.
The problem was if he was not doing something like this, then we have to think.
Exactly.
But
still. No, he is very good with this extracurricular activity. But only thing is
So I'll say to him that he's only good in extra.
but there is some.
You good that you had your copy in your home only.
In obviously,
इतना बड़ा सब तो इतना सा copy.
the colors and all. Branding is you have to follow.
This is our wife found
One article
with us.
I told him that you connect with her. If she's saying something, you change it. Otherwise, you will not get it. Yeah, like last time we didn't get. No,
These the palace on wheels might be anything. The passengers are from India. Until and unless you blow the whistle, they will never come on this. Hey, palace on wheels. Palace master. The station master doesn't take the train, you know. Yes, station master. How hard you people play, the train will run later. I know all Indian trains will go back. Indian local drivers
Whether anybody gets in or not, the train will start on time.
or Indian weather is okay, but I am telling about the destination reaching time. Yashodan, can you check on the agenda what is your 510 and what is this man? Yeah, just check on.
We're going to start.
Yeah, really, I am also doubtful as long as you are. 510. That lady is fine, but below that lady you not see the name.
Where is our G?
What is this?
Oh, that's evaluation.
What is that?
I don't know.
Why are you putting me on your train? You want to bring the passenger comforts? Really? Silently you can't do that. But you share your copy with me.
There is coffee in the counter.
Yeah?
There is coffee in the counter if you want coffee with milk. It's there. You don't want those fancy
What
coffee.
is that?
Coffee.
The secret.
It's only for the.
Give me that secret only. What is that?
Black coffee and
Just today only realized that there is a black coffee cake there.
Not only
With
that,
milk.
but there is something else.
Yes.
no, no tea. It's only milk.
Milk and black coffee.
So we don't need to come there outside. Oh. VP education got some time. Yeah. Huh?
She's trying to be like, I can, it's like this.
Generally, when it is not here.
There are other people to inform him what I've been till then, so, you know.
Yeah.
Who made Cap Jahangir Ravi?
Yeah, that's a language.
Knowing that he will always be there.
He promised to come.
Yeah, that's actually the wording side is capable.
You cannot keep Cap Jahangir and Manish Pandey as a team.
General evaluation, yeah. No, the first thing they ensured that he was that he will be on time.
But I bring him today, you know.
Today I came in office, that's why I'm saying.
I told him clearly 3:30 sharp, otherwise I'll leave you at.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I said 3:30 sharp, otherwise I'll leave you.
Okay. I mean, it's really, you don't always listen.
Indian standard.
See, I promise you I'll be there before the president. That was one case, promise I made.
Okay, start the new informing. 2 minutes is there.
I'm on your way. Oh, he's down.
He will say he is down, but he will be starting the home. I know. He told me so.
That's how he's so.
It's so. I think it's
It's correct.
And even one more evaluator is there to come.
Yeah, it's office.
Even the EXCOM is not here. What do you want? 1.7 million.
Then we, I said, oh, it's not very good.
Okay, 20 minutes. Give feedback much.
Yeah, right. So, this is what I do. Yes.
Look forward to you joining.
Then you can see. Yeah. It's not working.
Yes,
You may be trying to bring it to the level of WMC, you didn't mention the license. This comment.
It doesn't work.
Phrase it in different ways.
I was trying to do that.
Yeah.
The back.
For evaluator, you mentioned. Then just he has to do the evaluation when where is it?
It is like the general evaluation.
During the
I
evaluation.
just mentioned it because.
You are informed him, no?
Yes, no? Yes, I.
Yes, okay, you are.
It is during the evaluation because it will be a part of the, I will not be part of the.
Good evening, good evening.
I don't know. I'm sitting. You are only the official member. Oh, George. Mine.
Just only the minutes.
No, we continue. No?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters
Good afternoon.
and distinguished guests. There is no guest yet. I'm Rita Krishna and I will be performing the role of Sergeant at Arms for this meeting. And it's my privilege to welcome everyone to today's meeting. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, Our Toastmasters Club also have a mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Few reminders before we get started. Please don't forget to mark your attendance. The link has already been shared in our WhatsApp group. Please refrain from discussing topics related to sex, politics, or any religion. Kindly ensure your mobile phones are switched to silent mode to avoid any disruptions. The restrooms are on my right, and so are the exit signs. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce the person who leads us with energy and enthusiasm, ensuring our meetings are always engaging and smooth. Please give a warm round of applause for our dynamic leader, Toastmaster Prabodha Sarikini.
The nice introduction.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Calling the meeting number 488 to order. Before I start, I ask our guest to introduce herself. Please. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here as a guest of Dr. Anita to be part of this process. I'm Dr. Lakshmi. I work as a specialist in obstetrics and gynecology in National Hospital, Maharashtra. I've been here in Dehradun only for 2 years now. I'll cross my 2-year mark tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's and Karen has been good the last 2 years. I'm here with my family, my kids actually. My husband is back in India. I hail from Trivandrum, capital city of Kerala. And I was working there for 8 years and then moved to Bethlehem. I have 2 kids. My elder one, my daughter, is Faya. She's 15 years old. And the younger one, Khan, she is 7 years old. And both of them are studying here in multinational school. My husband is back in India. He's a physician. He's taking care of the family business there, so might get delayed coming here.
Wow. VP Education, all role players are present.
Yes, sir. All good. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Shall we adopt the agenda? Someone second.
The planet say.
Yeah, normally we should follow the like parliamentary round. I receive apologies from Toastmaster Sukumar, DTM Thuria, Toastmaster Sitara, Toastmaster Punamalam, Toastmaster Subramaniam, and Toastmaster Process. They have their work. Well, life is a journey, and we are passengers traveling through its ever-changing landscape. Our purpose is to embrace each moment with curiosity, resilience, and compassion. As passengers, we have the opportunity to explore new horizons, learn from diverse experience, and grow through challenges. If we remember, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, the visionary founder of Toastmasters International, on his life journey, he took a bold step in 1924, made the first Toastmasters Club in Santa Ana, California. His aim was to create a supportive environment where individuals could practice public speaking, receive constructive feedback, and build confidence. And today, there are 15,400 clubs in 150 countries. Let me share you with another story of an infamous person whose name is Abraham. He was born in a log cabin in a small town in Kentucky village. If you remember, His family was poor and life was filled with hardships. Despite these challenges, Abraham had a crave for knowledge and a relentless determination. He borrowed books from neighbors and taught himself to read by the dim light of the fire. As he grew older, Abraham took on various jobs to support his family, from rail splitting to piloting a flatboat. His deep sense of justice and eloquent way with words led him into the world of law and politics. Through hard work, he became a successful lawyer and a respected figure in his community. In 1960, Abraham Lincoln was elected as the 16th President of the United States. His presidency came at a time of great division within the country, with a civil war looming on the horizon. Lincoln faced immense pressure and criticism, but remained steadfast in his resolve to preserve the Union and end the institutions of slavery. Despite the immense personal and political challenges, Lincoln's leadership and vision guided the nation through its darkest hours, and his Emancipation Proclamation issued in 1863 was a monumental step towards ending slavery in America. Tragically, Lincoln's life was cut short when he was assassinated in 1865. Just days after the Civil War ended, however, his legacy endured and he is remembered as one of the greatest presidents in American history. His life journey from a log cabin to the White House is a testament to the power of perseverance, integrity, and the enduring spirit of hope. Toastmasters. And let me welcome the captain of Palace on Wheels, who is a passionate traveler, whose ambition is to see the entire India from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. In late 80s, he already touched 3 edges of India, north to south via west, within a span of 6 months. Leh, Kanyakumari, and Mumbai. Definitely. He has that ambition to visit each and every state. Well, let's join him today to experience the journey with him in Palace on Wheels. Welcome, Captain. You're so done. Welcome.
Life is a journey and we all are passengers. We know that, right?
Yes.
But we sitting here, we are the special passengers. Why? Because we have boarded a train called Toastmasters. Am I right? So, this particular train called Toastmasters was designed by a renowned engineer, Ramses Medley, in 1924. The network of this train is all over the world in more than 148 countries with more than 15,000 railway stations and more than 230,000 passengers travel from this train almost every day. Isn't it amazing?
Amazing.
Yes. All of us, we have boarded this train from a station called WMC Toastmasters. This particular station was built by 2 renowned engineers, A.S. Jose and Matthew Roman. And we all know that the very first Toastmaster of this station is none other than Dr. Babu. Fortunately, today he is here with us in this journey. बारातियों का स्वागत हम पराग से करते हैं।
नहीं गलत हो गया।
नहीं, लेकिन स्टेशन मास्टर का स्वागत हम Kit Kat session. So let me request our present station master to honor our first station master. Dr. Babu, you are a gem, we all know. For last so many years, you have served the community through your hospital as well as ICRF. So I think he deserves a standing round of applause. And you and your work will never be the same.
Can I just introduce to the guest of today? Which is kind of one guest here. Sorry for this. He was very close.
Hello passengers, today's train, as you all know, is even special. The train's name is Palace on Wheels. There are only two Palace on Wheels trains in world. One is in India, which travels through some destinations such as Jaipur, Udaipur, Agra, Delhi and all. And the second one, you know where it is? It's in Bahrain. And today, we, all passengers, are going to travel through that train to various destinations in Bahrain. So are you excited?
Yes.
Great. So before we start our journey, let me introduce the crew members. I am Yashodhan Abhankar. I am not a Toastmaster. Sorry, I am not a station master. I am the driver of the train. And in today's train, we have got two railway police. And their job is basically to make sure that we follow the discipline and the respect of this very spacious and luxury train. So please welcome the first railway police, who is a lady police. Please.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the grammarian come the police woman who will be accompanying you in this beautiful train, the Palace on the Wheels, as we go visiting various places in Bahrain and make memories. But I will also listen to each of you speakers closely and take notes of any misuse of the English language. I will also make note of any exceptional use of language, phrases, idioms, etc. And I'll give my report to the captain. I will my next duty is to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is Odyssey. It sounds like Odyssey, and it's a noun, meaning a journey of epic proportions, a long and exciting journey where a lot of things happen. Odyssey, the synonyms are adventure, expedition, exploration, quest, etc. And few antonyms are there, dormancy, idleness. I'll briefly touch on the etymology of Odyssey. Odyssey, the origin is from the poem, great poem by Homer of ancient Greece about the wanderings of Odysseus, the king of Ithaca. Odysseus, the hero of Homer's Odyssey, he spends 20 years traveling home from the Trojan War, and he has astonishing adventures and learns a great deal about himself and the world. At the end of his journey, he reunites with his faithful wife and his son. Thus, an Odyssey is any long, complicated journey, often with a quest for a goal, and it could even be a spiritual or psychological journey, as well as an actual voyage. This word is almost 3,000 years old, and the earliest known use of the noun Odyssey is in the Old English period. In the modern English, as early as in 1886, the word appears in the novel Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson. This is just a picture of Odysseus during one of his adventures. I'll also give you a few examples of the usage of the word. The movie follows one man's odyssey to find the mother he was separated from at birth. And let this odyssey of ours in this beautiful palace on wheels be a memorable, enlightening, and enriching one. Also note, I'll be keeping a count of the word of the day Odyssey. And the person who is using the word of the day the maximum number of times, he or she will be getting a small gift from my friend. Thank you.
So, few more cats are on the way. Thank you, Anita Kumari, the only lady police on the train. Now it's time to welcome the another policeman who is bit naughty but very strict, Abdul Rahim.
Toastmaster of the day.
3 hours already.
My dear fellow Toastmasters, guests and most honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon. Imagine a speaker starting a speech like this. How would your reaction be? Station master, my fellow co-passengers, ladies and gentlemen, good evening or good afternoon. My role today is our counter. Our counter is, of course, to count the filler words and catchwords. Now, what are the filler words and catchwords? Yani, kind of, however, whatever, basically, actually, I mean, so, all these things. Anything that is filled where a good option would have been a pause. Now, why do I need to count the us? Why am I counter? Because counting is a very important activity. Most filler words and catchwords are used unintentionally, subconsciously. Somebody says, our counter Abdul Rahim has used 18 hours today. Oh my God, really? I used 18 hours. Next time I should reduce. So that awareness, that's why we are counting and reporting. Now, what are the side effects of using filler words and catchwords? Number one, the audience may feel that the speaker may be a newbie Toastmaster who is just beginning to speak. That's why he's nervous. Second thing, they may feel that the speaker is trying to recollect. He has forgotten something, he's trying to recollect. Number three, the audience may feel speaker has not prepared well enough. That's why he's struggling and he's short of confidence. In all these three cases, the filler words and crutch words used excessively can Odyssey. Let's minimize the filler words and crutch words as much as possible. I wish all the speakers all the best. Over to the station master.
Dear friends, we all know that each train has got an engine in the front and the guard's bogie at the end. And our Palace on Wheels is not an exception at all. So we have a guard at the end of the train who is going to control the movement of the guard of the train. So please welcome the guard. Second,
Good evening, fellow members. Good evening. Are you ready for the Odyssey? I am the guard and your timekeeper on this train. I keep track of you to stay on track on the train. Watch me when I wave out my specially made flags. We have 3 flags, green, yellow, and red. We have speakers, 2 speakers who have 5 to 7 minutes to speak today. And when they are on the 5th minute, I'll wave out the green flag to know that they're on the green. And when they are on the 7th minute, I'll pull out my yellow flag. 6 minutes, sorry. 6 minutes, I'll have the yellow flag. And when they're on the 7th, I'll pull out the red flag and show it to you. Same goes with the evaluators. They have 3 minutes. Like I said, first I'll pull out the green flag when it's 2, 2.5, and 3 minutes. Table topic. Anybody who wants to attend the table topics today gets to stay on the platform and enjoy the platform. But I must warn you that you just have to make sure that you stay on the platform for 1 minute. And you have 2 minutes to do your job. And in case you're ready, at the first minute, I'll pull out the green. 1.5 minutes, I'll pull out the yellow, and 2 minutes, I'll have the red. All of you will have 30 minutes grace time. 30 seconds, sorry, I keep saying 30 minutes. 30 seconds of grace time. And if you overshoot the 30 seconds, you're gonna miss the train. You're gonna be on the platform, or you have to run and get into some other bogie, but you're gonna miss your seat. So beware of that. And as with the role players, I gave you all a heads up by letting you know the allotted time. Try and stick to that time and don't eat up the other person's time. Let them also enjoy their time. So with that, let me help you complete this odyssey on time. And all aboard,
Yes.
Yes.
back to the train driver.
Thank you very much. Passengers, are you ready?
Yes.
Can we start our Odyssey today?
Yes.
Great. But we're not received a green signal from the guard unless we receive, yo, the signal is there. So let's start our journey. Railgadi. 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 बीच वाले स्टेशन बोले रुक 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 रेलगाड़ी रेलगाड़ी अगला स्टेशन है यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बहरीन The next station is University of Bahrain. So passengers, we have come to University of Bahrain. Here two students are preparing for their thesis and two guides are going to help them clearing their thesis. So let's welcome the first guide who's going to tell us a little more about his student's thesis. So please welcome the guide Vivek.
Thank you actually for today Toastmaster Hita would be attempting her second speech, which is writing a speech with purpose. So the speech purpose statement is the purpose is to inspire and motivate the audience to embrace mindfulness, letting go of past regrets and future anxieties. The project purpose is the purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. I wish Toastmasters all the best, and this timer, please note the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you.
The first student, Hita, she is doing a PhD in dynamic leadership. And her thesis is on timeless presence, mastering the art of moment. The student, please welcome Hita.
Can anyone tell what this is?
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful hourglass. You can see grains of sands falling from the top bulb to the bottom. Each sand grains represents the moments of our life. Some have fallen here, which means our past. Others are yet to fall. This represents our future. But the most important sand grain is that currently passing through the narrow neck of this round glass, which is the present. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. We often find ourselves trapped and the regrets of our past and the anxieties of our future, forgetting to live in the moment, which is the present. How many of you encountered this? Oh, no one? Okay, right. Growing up, I has always caught in this situation. I was a girl always living in the future. I was convinced that the best days of my life were just around the corner. I spent countless hours daydreaming about my life. I was so focused on what I wanted to do, what I wanted to achieve, the places I want to visit, and the person I want to become. I was constantly chasing the next big thing, believing that happiness I will find tomorrow. In my 20s, I took a detour. Instead of looking forward, I started indulging in my past. I replayed the conversations, the decisions, the moments, wondering how different my life would be if I had choose different choices. I let my past consume me, and it left me stuck in a cycle of regrets. As I entered to my late 30s, something remarkable happened. This transformation happened by an encounter with Bob Proctor's motivational discourse on the power of now. His profound insights on time and presence resonated deeply with me, starting off a gradual change in my perception to the life. I realized that my life was passing me because I was never fully present. I decided it was time to change. I started consciously taking efforts to live in the moment. I practiced my mindfulness, paying attention to my surroundings, my thoughts, and my feelings. I began to appreciate small things, a sunrise, a smile from a stranger, and even the taste of my morning coffee. These moments, though seemingly insignificant, they brought immense joy and contentment. This metamorphosis was not instantaneous, but evolved over time. There are 6 mantras which I followed, and it helped me to stay focused on the present moment. First and foremost, the mindful meditation. Spending few minutes every day, it helped me to stay aware in the present moment. Secondly, it is very important in this digital era to disconnect to reconnect. I took conscious breaks from the devices and the screens to disconnect. I disconnected from the screens and started prioritizing my time to reconnect with myself and my loved ones. And third mantra which I followed is gratitude journaling. Every day, I write down 3 things which I'm grateful for. This practice helped me to shift my focus from what I'm lacking to what I have, and helped me to live in the present and appreciate the present moment. And fourth one, getting engaged in activities. I started to attend some events like Toastmasters, and I immerse into some creative activities which brings me the sense of fulfillment and presence. The last one, but very important, it is, sorry, it's not last, fifth point, setting realistic goals. I have learned that setting realistic goals, which is manageable in daily life, which I can focus achieving day-to-day goals. So I focused on daily goals. Then last point, practicing self-compassion. I remind myself to be kind, especially during stressful situations. My odyssey through life, through time, imparted invaluable lessons. I have learned that future is not a destination, but a landscape which we shape in with these moments of life. To remind you all, every moment is a gift, same like this grains of sands. The only time which we possess is right now. Live your life to its fullest. Thank you.
What a superb thesis on the subject, living in the present moment, and very well explained by Hita. Student Hita, all the best for your PhD. The next guide is Ovin Krasta, and he is going to tell us the thesis highlights of his students. So please welcome Ovin Krasta, the next guide.
Thank you, Waterman. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, my student is submitting his thesis on persuasive speaking, level 3, project 1. This project focuses on helping him to develop and support a viewpoint and identify the most appropriate type of persuasive speech for his topic. The purpose of this project is to understand the type of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting on a specific subject. Project includes 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to my student, Dr. Saji.
So as you all know, the next student is Dr. Saji. He's doing a PhD in presentation mastery. So please welcome Dr. Saji Kumar. His thesis name is Care Beyond Space.
Not seeing an increase in the use of specs by children. Okay. So the next 5 to 7 minutes, I will embark you all on a space odyssey. Okay, it's a movie on a medical odyssey to see what care can we give beyond the use of spectacles. As introduced, good evening, our fellow passengers for a train, esteemed guests. As introduced early, I am Dr. Saji, working as a pediatrician in American Mission, along with my mentor, ICRF President, our founder President, Dr. Bob, and AMH. When I used to see kids when they walk into my office with the specs. Mostly the parents also will be using the specs. But now, 1 in 3 children, every other 3 children are using the specs. According to Lancet study, the last 50 years, the incidence has doubled. Particularly in the last 2 years, it is rising exponentially. You all might be knowing the reason. Screen time. Screen time is there, but what was the catalyst?
Mobile.
COVID. What happened in COVID? No, no outdoor events. There was a transformation from whiteboard to clipboard. So full of increased screen time. So that means before COVID, was there no any screen time? No. I even when I step out of my office to see the waiting area, father, mother, children, nanny, all having a phone, with the eyes glued to them. Screen time was there always, right from eating to sleeping. A British medical journal, Public Health, said that there was an increased incidence in myopia, that is called the short sight, with the screen time. Particularly for children, it is use of tab or a tablet or a phone. For adolescents, it is a computer usage. So screen time is one reason where there is an increase in the myopia or the short sight. Every children above 5 years should be tested for a refraction, for any correction, and should be corrected at the earliest. So that's all. So what are the care are we providing to them beyond the use of spectacles? Earlier, my son was diagnosed having myopia at the age of 6 years. It was very sad. Not that he won't get it. I know he will get it. He was eating with the phone, sleeping with the phone, playing with the phone. I was sad because how would I express the news to my wife? See, being a pediatrician is very difficult because all your children's illness are you are the only person responsible. How long will it take to get better? How long will it last? Every other question a pediatrician will be given. Generally, men have a privilege. Whatever illness kids get, they will point. See, because of you, your son has daughters like that. But I don't have that privilege. But being a doctor, I have another privilege. See, I can advise whatever, but I should not. I did not follow them. I'll say my patients, okay, don't give like junk foods to your patient, not junk foods to your kid. But the same day, I would be waiting at the McD beside my patient. Just a boomerang. Same, I will advise, avoid screen time to your children. But what will happen? When I being in the office, my son would be seeing a phone. So having that privilege, it doesn't mean we cannot give more care. I'll just give some basic ideas where it is acceptable and achievable by the parents. The rule of 20-20-20. The screen should be 20 feet far away and it should be restricted to 20 minutes. There's at a stretch and there should be a 20 seconds gap, mean rest time. And there shouldn't be any too much indoor activities. Like you should make them play outside so that they can see infinity. Because basically for the short sight, we need to play outdoors. Also, the constant issue is rubbing the eyes. It could be from dry eyes or it could be allergies. Find it and treat it. Then if you forget it, just remember that train. Treat early. R. Restrict screen time. A. Advise on outdoor activities. I. Initiation of policy. The policy should start from the school itself because most of the schools are using this thing. The N is an important thing. Night time. There shouldn't be any screen at least 2 hours before the sleep. Most of them are sleeping very late. That impacts their eye health. If I have some time, I'll just poll a question like to see how you people are persuaded against screen time. My son asked a question. Can I play PlayStation? What should be my answer?
Yes.
Limited time.
He's young.
Yeah. So the rule of 20-20-20 applies. The screen should be 20 feet farther It should be 20 minutes and give a break after 20 seconds. Hope I persuaded you all against the screen time. Thank you.
So we all know now the secret of our good eyes, right? Right? I did not wear the specs in the beginning, so I could not read the word specs. But now I can read here that our next station is food court. Please remember, the train will stop there only for 15 minutes. If you don't come back to the train within 15 minutes, we will leave you at the station and go to the next destination.
You are on time.
We are on time, we are telephone week. So before that, we quickly gather there for a photo, because we need everybody, all passengers to a photo for our souvenir. So let's gather there for a quick photo. And a 15 minutes break on that.
These lights are not on, these are off. Which one these lights? Now come. This part of the lights are off, you are. Everybody is showing hands. Nobody
Okay, everyone ready?
Cap should not be missed out.
Everyone ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, nobody wanna ask.
I have a good job, we see the team facts and all that. The whole different world right now.
You're going to be killed today. Huh?
Oh, I'm not doing that. What do you you please go with you, man. Yeah. Some people who don't know, like, they are doing something else. Now that's going in. Oh, I don't know what is like. That dude, the meeting is going on. No, I thought we I'm thinking of being someone other this meeting. See how
Okay, or no?
Yeah, so to access this, address this.
Yes, sir. Working, sir?
Can we have your coffee? You're not having? Why not? Really? Did you have your pudding hara or something? You have not heard of pudding hara, that green? Green is separate. Pudding hara, it's a small thing. No?
No one apart from you will know, right? Yeah, okay. No. I was thinking that the timer is not noting the time. A lot of weird thoughts going in my mind. Since I don't have a lunch today, I'm using therefore table.
How are you? All good. Somebody bought an illegal substance in this club. That's all my problem. Somebody bought ganja.
You were saying. Last time, youngsters said no, now onwards, whoever want to, come volunteer, right?
Yeah, I was not there.
Yeah, that's correct. Is it?
Yeah.
But I don't know, so Ravilasan will follow this order.
I hope.
Last time, youngsters, whoever wants to volunteer, they have to come and. So that's why last two table topics, I was. Maybe 3 4 5. Yeah, for 1 minute. 1.5 minutes. 30 seconds. So, the guest. I have decided my topic for different. We are introverts. Introverts, this is the topic. Can you see? I can't stand outside and this is you don't know them. I don't know what to tell outside. They are talking all the topics under the sun, right? Yeah. But they how to start conversations. And I don't if someone like, so you are not here for so long. My information to that, but I don't know what to do. And if someone compliments. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
When are you giving your icebreaker? For you, you are already not yet now. Acha. So it will be your second week now.
Fingers here. Who will be?
I think so. His mentor that we have planned. Okay.
Mentor has to give it. So it is here.
Okay.
Or you will have.
That's better.
You give. You have to give to mentor, mentor will.
Anything else we need to give?
So I just saw one of the.
If anything happens,
No, I
guidance.
will tell
For the art team, we pay for
Every time you.
That's one strand. Welcome.
Oh, there, all the, road.
Who is on the station, please get into the train. We are about to start. I don't know, so.
No, that actually.
Switch it off for a moment.
It's part of the,
We have the. This students will not announce. No, no, audience, because you are.
If you it'll take a lot of time to switch off, right? Just put, like, or it goes off. That's it.
Or switch it off now and I'm. Because if you stand here, it goes directly in.
No, I mean. Or just block the, let it be, sir, because it takes a lot of time to switch on. Oh, yes, sir. Block it like this. You can do it in this way. Block the fan. Yeah. I don't think it won't burn, it won't burn.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Human man is showing it.
So fellow passengers, in this wonderful luxury train. Yeah, called Palace on Wheel. Can you show the lights?
there was lunch.
So on this luxury train, we take care of everything. We take care of food, we take care of your journey, as well as we take care of your entertainment. Now today, to entertain you, we have very famous stage artist, comedian, Kapil Sharma. Who is probably, I cannot see him here, he's maybe in the next bogie. We are just waiting for him to.
Send you a WhatsApp message.
Is it? Our tour manager has sent some WhatsApp message to me. Let me check.
Kapil Sharma must be joining this.
Oh my God, okay.
Kapil Sharma saying.
I'm very sorry, Kapil Sharma could not catch the train. But no problem, no problem. We have got equally talented comedians from God's own country. Please welcome Rekha Uttam.
Place it on record that I never got a Kit Kat from you. And even when you gave somebody else, they never passed it on to me. Life as an odyssey, when you take it through, who are the people who entertain you? Your children. I have had the good fortune to have really two funny girls at home. We were driving somewhere and my younger one was just 3 years old, sitting at the back. My older one was reading a book. Out of the blue, the question came. Of course, the father is the hero always. Acha means father. Where were you born? What a question from a 3-year-old. My husband said, I was born in Kerala, Talasheri. Amma, where were you born? I said, I was also born in Talasheri, Kerala. Where was she born? The sister. So he said, she was born in Talasheri, Kerala. Where was I born? We were driving past Salmania and she was born there. So I said, oh, you know, you were born here, just here in this hospital. There was a silence and then there were huge sobs coming from the back of the car. You left me alone to be born here. From that moment onwards, life has been entertaining with her. And she started school and the Gulf War started. So the school called us, all the parents, for a meeting. My husband was traveling, so I went.
So they talked about safety and what we should be doing in case there was a missile, all those things. We had a great discussion. And as I was leaving, Mrs. Vincent, her class teacher, came up to me and said, Mrs. Uttam, all our prayers are with you. Please be sure that, he's going to be safe and we are all worried about him. So I wondered, what is he different? How is he different from all the other fathers in that room? I said, no, but what happened, Mrs. Vincent? What did Priyanka say? No, she's been telling the whole school, don't worry, my father will take care of you. We all thought that he's in the defense force. We were worried about. One week into school, she came and told me that I have learned everything there is. I can count up to 10. I can say my ABCD up to Z. That's it. I'll stay at home like you. I said, no, Priyanka, you have lots more to study. I don't see any need. She said, just to oblige me, she went to school. And every day they would be cribbing, what more to study? That was the question. 1 week later, she said, now I like going to school. And I said, why? She said, I have a boyfriend. And my heart went out to that boyfriend because poor chap. And I said, who is this? His name is Piklu. So why is he a boyfriend? Because he does everything I ask him to do. I said, I need to see this Piklu. So I went early and I saw Piklu was like Mary had a little lamp wherever Priyanka went. There was Piklu behind her. And I said, this is good. She said, when you have a boyfriend, life is fun, ma. Then I can order around Piklu. He will carry my lunchbox. He'll bring me water. All this is fine. So 2-3 weeks later, I realized that Piklu, poor chap, was the only son of parents who had 4 other daughters. So he was like the apple of the eye of the family. And one day the mother came up to me and said, can we take Priyanka home? And I said, what? They said, no, Piklu's grandma has come and she wants to see him. So I said, okay, Janu, Priyanka went grandly for a visit and came back and she declared, she said, Piklu and I are going to get married next week. Fine. I was just cooking something. I just looked up and said, okay, I'll bring the boxes down. Boxes for what? I said, see, I was living in my parents' house. When I got married to your father, I packed my box and I came. I came with him. Now I'll pack your boxes. You have to go to Piklu's house. She said, don't bring the box down. I'll tell you tomorrow. The whole night I could see worried expression on her face. She went to school in the car. She was silent. She went at 1 o'clock. She marched out and she said, we have decided not to get married now. Luckily for Piklu, his father got transferred to Abu Dhabi. He escaped from whatever that life was going to be. Over to you.
Let me put this on record.
The first thing from here
With the brief.
just remember, you have to ask, unless then no one will get it.
I think so, dear passengers, that's time to go to yet another interesting destination. And can you guess what that destination is? We are going to Babul Bahrain. Our next stop is Babul Bahrain, where our tour leader, she is gonna take us inside the zoo. She's gonna show us different gullies and lanes, and probably she might interview some of the tourists and shopkeepers. Who knows? Please welcome our tour manager, Surbila.
But I think you will switch it on when.
Speakers come, right? Yeah.
My God. Nice.
Thank you. Hope I'm visible to you.
What is? And you're wearing white.
Yeah, everything was planned actually. Esteemed passengers, as our palace on wheels chucks towards Barbel Baron, the heart of Baron's heritage and trade, I invite all of you to be prepared to an adventure like never before, to explore an adventure like never before, because this is not just a physical journey, it is an odyssey through culture, time, and imagination. In this ancient marketplace, actually, this is a labyrinth of aroma, scents, noises, and it's a place where tradition and modernity intertwine. As we transverse through this historical route, let us all immerse ourselves in the lives of the people journeying with us, those opulent passengers, or maybe the vibrant shopkeepers. Are you all ready to explore the magic of Barbel Baron?
Yes.
Maybe stories unfold in each corner, we don't know. I can do it here. So, with your permission, sir, on to Barbel Baron. Can you recognize this place?
It's like Marina.
Babel
Venus and Mar? In 1949, when it was opened, this was Barbel Baron. It was on it was on the water body of Manama. And years later, this was Barbel Baron. These are the photos from the same spot over years. And today, of course, we know this is Barbel Baron. Due to extensive reclamation of land, now Barbel Baron has actually moved kilometers inland. Then and now. The most exciting moment of our tour. Actually, Palace on Wheels has a lot of packages for the travelers, for the passengers. What you have to do is just participate in our Speak and Win contest. You get the privilege of enjoying a free tour by Palace on Wheels to Barbel Baron and a recognition certificate from Toastmasters International. So, any volunteers here who is a passenger on Palace of Wheels? Can I have volunteers to participate for our Speech and Win contest?
Let me just interrupt here. As we discussed last time, she's not going to force anybody.
Yes.
But then, if you want to wish to come here and speak, you're most welcome. Otherwise, the tour will continue as it is, and then it will end.
No, I don't. Yes, please. Even the workers in the train can actually. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. You are a wealthy merchant traveling on the Palace of Wheels. Palace of Wheels. What item, regardless of the cost of the item, will intrigue you the most? What item in the Barbel Baron, regardless of the cost, will intrigue you the most? You are a wealthy merchant traveling. What?
Accessories for my wife.
No, you
No, you have to speak on.
that is your question. So you have to speak on what is that item you will pick for whatever reason that you will not take care of the cost. You just get attracted to it and you get it.
Good evening again, passengers of Palace on Wheels. Shopping in a tour or in a journey, it's very fascinating. It will be even more fascinating if you have money in your pocket. I was traveling last month to Turkey. So I was seeing like, okay, I need to buy something. I was just, I normally do window shopping. If I come empty-handed, I will be getting nicely from my wife for not buying anything. So I thought, okay, I'll buy something. I thought of just I walked through the souk, same like our souk of Bahrain. I saw one like what the emerald, single emerald necklace. I said, okay, we'll just buy. Then I said, I called my wife, okay, I sent the photo. Do you like it? Then she said, yeah, it's looking very nice. And she asked, what's the cost? I said, some 1,000 Turkish lira, TL. So what is the cost in Bahrain? And I said, like something. Okay. Is it too costly? I said, no, it's okay. It looks nice. It will be look nice on you. No, if it is costly, don't buy it. No, no, it's okay. I can afford. It's okay. No, 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 it's very costly. Don't buy it. Then I said, okay, I'll cut the problem. Do you have any other colors on it? No, he said, I don't want, and you're asking for colors. I said, no, no, if it is costly and if you can afford, don't buy. I said, no, no, I'm still fine. I'll ask for colors. Okay, chill. I decided, I don't want it. Okay, then I'll go for the next shop. So you're not buying that? Yeah, that's what we discussed now. Okay, fine. So you don't want anything from me? Fine, no issues. We'll see you next to tomorrow. Then I said, okay, enough of shopping. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sajid. I like the way he actually opened the speech, opened the table topic. If traveling is fascinating, with money in your pocket, it is even more fascinating, universal truth. And one thing, since it's a part of my project, I have to actually give you a feedback. So one thing is that you were given a context where you are a wealthy merchant. So what is that one thing that you would buy being a wealthy merchant? So when I was giving you this topic, I was expecting you to talk about, because merchants always think about buying something that has most resale value or a rare product or something. So that is what I was having in my mind. But then you actually gave a life incident from yours, which was very, very, very relatable for us being wives. And now I know how you learned the art of persuasive influence. Thank you so much. The next passenger on train. Yes, please. Thank you. You are a renowned author seeking inspiration for your next novel. If the Babel Mehran is the context for your next novel, what would be the genre of your next novel? You are a renowned author seeking inspiration for your next novel. If Babel Mehran is the context for your next novel, what would be the genre of your novel? Yes.
Let's see. These two words I have already planned, and planning to give a speech on it very soon. And this is about a journey of none other than my own father. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Let's see. The reason I selected this name or else the title is 1 week back, my chacha, that is like my dad's real brother, he passed away. And since childhood, I have been listening to a lot of stories of my dad. And when I heard the news of my uncle, so I decided even my dad's life and his struggle should not go in vain or in waste. And I have been hearing his struggle from my childhood. So I have decided, even if tomorrow is there or not there, at least his story about his life will be there with me and with my family. So I'm working already in a story, and this story I'll be presenting very soon with all of you all, and I'm sure it will have some painful moments as well as some beautiful moments, good moments, and definitely some kind of motivational values in which you can link it and you can use it in your life as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Norman. Actually, when I gave this, I chose this as a topic. The concept that was there in my mind was a story based on a novel based on some Arabian Nights or something, because Babur Baran is so traditionally rich in its heritage. So a story based on Arabian Nights is what was in my mind when I actually framed this question. And whenever I watch this Dilwale Dillohe movie, the first thing that when I came to Baran and when I passed through Babel Baran, the concept that came to my mind was that train portion and all is there. No, it would have been so interesting if we had a train journey through this Babel Baran. So when that was actually the idea that was there in my mind when I choose this concept of writing a novel based on Babel Baran. But Norman, I'm sure when you place your grandfather, your father, and their journey, their life, everything here, it is going to be a totally different journey. But I'm not sure how we are going to fit this Babel Baran into your grandfather's story. Thank you so much. Can I have a shopkeeper from Babel Baran?
Oh.
You won't shop in Babel Baran. A wealthy passenger enters your store. How do you entice them to buy your most expensive product?
Now if we're going to open it, can you repeat the question?
You won't shop in Babel Baran. A wealthy passenger enters your store. How do you entice them to buy your most expensive product?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? Well, this is kind of relatable, but back when we had a shop in Babel Bahrain, we had two right at the entrance, golden locations. We sold them off later on, due to reasons which I'll say you later. But if a wealthy passenger entered my shop, what would I sell to him? Now, the thing is, what this question directs is how am I going to convince him to buy the most expensive product in my shop? Well, the most expensive product in my shop is a Tibetan antique, costs 4,000 dinars. A little small headdress, sold in auctions, but we got it thanks to my grandfather. We've had our hands on a few pieces. However, that piece sells once in 6 years. And whether the person's wealthy or poor or whatever, it is very tough for a client to like it. Because the most expensive items usually are expensive because of taste. Art, this art piece might look 10 BD, but 1000 BD at the same time. If you have a taste for the color purple and white, you might even pay 2000 BD for it. It's all about your customer. Remember, your customer is always right, no matter what. If your customer says black is a horrible color, I like red, you are absolutely right. I love the color red. Sometimes I cut myself to see red. Here are some red pieces, some red scarves, some red gemstones. Whatever your client likes, that is the most expensive thing in your shop. Whatever your client is into. Now, talking about something, once a very wealthy client walked into my store. This client was wearing a watch which costs 180,000 BD. Something that I learned as a kid was watches, reading watches. And this I have taken with me so far in my salesman journey. And this man, I spotted a chronograph Richard Mille. I knew for a fact that this is quite rare. It was the first time I was seeing it on someone's hands. And it happened in my shop in Sofitel. I told him, that's an amazing watch you got there, Richard Mille, huh? He told, do you know that Richard Mille himself is in a party in this hotel right now? And that's insane. And he told, by the way, I forgot, the dress code was white. Everyone was wearing white, but this was the only man who didn't have any white clothes. He told he was invited last moment. He was like, please help me out here. Show me something that is white. What did I have? The Arabic dress. I made him an Arab man. Told him, come on, Mr. Richard Mille boy, this is your only possible option here. Go as an Arab man. First, he was a bit hesitant, but eventually he thought, you know what, I have no other option here. Might as well blend in with the culture. So we dressed him up as an Arab man, and he just gave us his card. Now, that day, we didn't really have that many good sales. So my employee was like, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? I told him, wait, man. This man is putting on a very cheap headscarf. Let's try to sell an expensive one. I told him, by the way, you told Richard Miller's going there, right? Yeah, I told him, by the way, forget the time, you might learn a thing or two. I told him that there are Kashmiri gatras called shmags. And I told him that these are very popular amongst high-end Arabs. What you're wearing right here, it's what every other man wears. It's a bit cheap, but here's a pretty pricey one. He tried it on. I like the black color. Take my card. We sold that Arabic dress for 350 BD. That was a very good sale. And to him, on that day, that was the most expensive product I sold. Now, the moral of the story is whatever your client likes is the most expensive product in your shop.
If I were to title your talk, it would be the art of selling. As someone from a management field, I was always thinking there's a fixed price and a variable price. But now I understand there is nothing called fixed price. It is always variable, depending upon the taste and the pocket of anyone who is visiting your shop. Thank you so much. It was so engaging, so interesting, and the way we could actually see the merchant in you, and no wonder you are an entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur at this age. Do I have time? Yes. Since we have a guest here, I'll just give her one last topic. Can I request you to come here? What would you loot from Babel Garden? If you could, from any shop or any premise in Babel Garden, what would you loot?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for bringing me back on the dais, I guess. Yeah, Babel Bahrain, when I came, I'm pretty new to Bahrain, like I told you, I'm just 2 years into Bahrain. So the first time I went to Babel Bahrain is with Dr. Anita. And my daughter, who's a teenager now, she accompanied us. And the most interesting things, the things which interested us the most were the stones and the jewelry that was there. And she was going through each and every one of them, each color, how different it is on each stone. So if I get a chance, definitely the precious stones that is there in Babel would be the thing I would loot. We did go a second time without Dr. Anita, me and my daughter alone. We ventured into the parts of Babel Bahrain, but we went in search of a particular colored stone which she wanted to wear with a dress of hers, and yeah, the way she tried and picked so many and then kept it back, because of course, like Dr. Saji said, the money in your pocket matters when you're going shopping. So since I don't have the money to actually get her all what she went through, all the things, the pieces, the tiny jewels that she liked, definitely if I get a chance, I will loot all of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Brahma Lakshmi. Actually, when I selected this theme, I was wishing let a lady come and speak, because let like minds be here, because this is exactly what even I would have told if I were asked, because the jewelry, the gold souk in Babel Bahrain is something that fascinates every lady. And maybe when husbands go there, Let's go there. It was again a different, and it was really nice listening to you because your experience again, when you mix your experience, life stories into whatever you're talking, it actually sells more to the audience. And it literally didn't feel like you're coming and speaking for the first time, because when I was asking her to if we will be comfortable if I call her, she was just requesting me not to call her, but then you literally didn't show it. Thank you so much. And thus we come.
कानून के हाथ लंबे होते हैं.
Thank you so much. So that was Babel Baron. That was our tour of Palace on Wheels to Babel Baron. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much. Keep traveling in Palace on Wheels. We have exciting features for you. Thank you so much.
Next time presentation by our tour guide. Please give her a playground. I hope you have enjoyed this little tour of Babul Bahrain. Just now, before I start the train, let me be on the station itself and just tell you one very important thing. What we observed today in table topic session, that out of 4 people who came here, 2 were already having some role. Yeah? And this shows that if you don't volunteer yourself to come here, it's your loss, not WMC's loss. Now, just one quick thing about Babul Bahrain. Do you know why the name Babul Bahrain? As far as what I have heard, Bab means entry or door. So Bab al Bahrain is an entry. That was the port to go to the country. So that's why it is Bab al Bahrain. We call it Babul Bahrain. It's not Babul, it's Bab al Bahrain. So passengers, are you excited to go to the next station?
Yes.
Great. The next station is Parliament House. Please be quiet, don't talk, because the session of Parliament is about to start. So let's welcome the Speaker of Parliament, Prabodha Sangwe.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. This is the time for Palace on Wheels maintenance, you can say. So this is not a station, this is a junction. Parliament is a junction. So let's start with our secretary, Toastmaster Adhika, if you can read the last minutes of the meeting.
Good evening. Short meeting minutes of meeting 487, which was conducted on 26 July. We had 19 attendees for the meeting, and the theme of the meeting was Olympic spirit. And the Toastmaster of the day was Toastmaster Vivek Tilakar. And as the Olympic season was kicking off, we had a discussion on the history and evolution of the Olympic Games on that day. And the educational session on that day, we had 3 speeches by Toastmaster Subramanian Veerabhadran, decided to take a speech. Next by Toastmaster Sravila Patali, and next by Toastmaster Kait Jahangir. We also had a lighter moment session, the newly introduced lighter moment session by President Prabodha Sarangi. The table topic session was by Toastmaster Yashodan Abhyanga, followed by the business session. In the business session, the VPPR discussed the activities in the social media. Our current strength was 30, with 1 more person set to join shortly, that is today. And VP Education discussed in detail the plans to improve the mental health relation and also engage and requested the members to take up roles in future meetings. The club contest is to be held in December. Followed by the general evaluation session and the award session. In the award session, the best of tag was BPM Abdul Rahim, best of TMODG, BPM Toastmaster Yashodan Abhyanga, best table topic speaker was Mr. Shoaib Sultan, the best evaluator was Toastmaster Sudhma Swaminathan, and the best speaker, Toastmaster Sravila Patali. The meeting was adjourned at 6:45 p.m.
Thank you. Is there any correction in the minutes of the meeting?
Mr. President, just a small correction. I am DTM in the making. Just a real.
Toastmaster. With that small correction, let's approve the minutes of the meeting. Yes, Toastmaster Yasodhan, and second, someone second. Actually, when we approve it.
I wasn't there in the meeting.
Yeah, okay.
I pass the motion. I,
Like,
Toastmaster
I,
Yashodhan,
Yasodhan, yeah.
pass the motion to accept the minutes of the meeting of the last meeting.
Who is the second?
I second, and whatever he said, I. What is second?
Thank you. So, Sadhguru, any reports on your side?
Good afternoon, everyone. No relevant updates from our end.
Everything is under control.
Yes.
Actually, thanks to Sadhguru, she already took everything. She's doing independently. No help required now. She's doing a fantastic job. Sadhguru is not here for his site. I will tell that actually Toastmaster International already opened up for the renewal from October to March. So, and from district, if we renew 50% renewal by 20th August, then we'll get a ribbon for our club. Or by 15th September, 80% if we renew, then we'll get the ribbon from the district. So maybe you can start sending our ribbon to President. Now comes to BP. Yeah.
Thank you, President. Want to speak over the eloquence again. I have received the article, right? But if you don't want, I'm following those of the issuance policy, right? You don't submit, it will be short. So you want something substantial, you submit, all right? I have already received submissions and I already posted whomsoever has submitted to me. Possibly I'll get more as well. I encourage all of you to submit, but whether you submit or not, I will release next month. All right, that's all from my end, and please support us in social media. We are rolling out stuff, so show your support though, so that we can, create a mahal in the virtual world.
But 3 cheers to his creativity.
We are actually, we ourselves should go to the social platform and like at least whatever he's posting, at least from our side we should like and try to reach out. I mean, we can try to share in our own social media if it's possible.
We will like. He's doing great.
Yeah.
He's doing great. At least we should like. Just took it up like this.
Different league.
Different league now. Yeah.
And
you have
to
to, secretary, everyone has to.
You have any report? Any report from your side?
Any report from your side? No.
Vice President membership.
The current number of passengers are 30 and within some time, we are expecting one more passenger to join in.
Okay, great.
He's already member right now. This month also he's member.
Already has taken the ticket.
Yeah. Election is later.
Good evening, President. The same thing again, it is getting better to get the role players for every meeting. Speakers, finding speakers, timers, our counters and all is much more easier, but then bigger jobs like general evaluators, TMODs, I still find it hard, but then there is a lot of improvement. I personally go and persuade everyone to take up roles. So things are getting better. Our next meeting is going to be a speakathon where we have 6 speakers lined up. And I request everyone who's completing your pathways to kindly update it in the DMI website as soon as you complete your, because when I get a notification, I'm doing it from my side. So don't delay it from your side. That's it.
Okay, thank you. And now it's time to call our Vice President membership, Toastmaster Norman Das, to do the induction ceremony of new member.
You are done. We should not go with your family. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Fellow Toastmasters, it is, and dear guest, it is now our duty and privilege to induct down new member into the WMC Toastmasters Club. This is an important occasion both for this new member and for our club. This individual has come to Toastmasters seeking to improve his communication and leadership skills, and we now have an opportunity to help him learn, grow, and achieve his goals. I will now call on a new member. Please withhold your applause until the ceremony is completed.
You have to send him out or? You have to walk out, no? You have to stay out and then you have to call. You have to take full permission.
Now we'll decide whether we should take you or not.
Or you can go, I think, opposite side.
You are not opening the door and you are saying.
I think you have
No.
The match is already fixed. But wanting to go out.
We can't afford.
पैसा मिला ना?
Yeah, so is there any objection or we can get him into?
Tutor. Every picture you can show.
I just have a point to raise. If we don't have, I think we can do this small part of the ceremony before the induction, the meeting prior to the.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, he's already going to come and then why do it as a.
Yeah,
let's
not do that. Let's not do this.
Let's not do this. At least, yeah, we can do it, yeah, but do it properly, so that the meeting prior to the meeting where the election is going to happen. That's just my.
Yeah.
No, I second that.
So
I wish to mark point.
In fact,
Next
you
meeting,
have
we
to
don't invite him.
send them first, then you have to call. Like,
Okay, what has been.
But it's anyway,
You
first
might
time you
change.
do it, it's fine.
It was
You're not-
relevant at that time, not today. This is my advice to the, club.
Welcome down.
Now making people.
Down. You are joining a worldwide organization that has helped millions of people learn to communicate more effectively. As members of the WMC Toastmasters Club, you will benefit from a proven program of self-development. You will become part of an outstanding group of people who are dedicated to help one another in a spirit of sharing and enjoyment. Madam Vice President, Education Surabila, has this new member been given an opportunity to discuss his needs and goals with the club?
Yes, we
Has he been told how the Toastmasters program works and informed of the many benefits he will receive as well as the obligations of membership?
Yes, we believe.
Who has been assigned as mentor for this new member?
Team Open Crasta will be mentoring
At least closer to the right. Closer possible.
Toastmaster, this is for you. As experienced Toastmaster, you have been asked to help this. You have been asked to help this new member get off to a good start. Do you accept this responsibility and pledge to share your knowledge and experience with our new member so that he can immediately begin to benefit from his Toastmaster membership?
Yes.
Membership in this club and in Toastmaster International is a privilege that carries with it many rewards. Yet it also places certain obligations upon you. We are a group of people brought together to do things we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with the fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. This means you must work diligently towards your own self-development, evaluate others' speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, assist the club in reaching its goals and remain positive. We ask our new member to dedicate yourselves to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members, and to help keep this Toastmasters club strong and dynamic. Please affirm your membership by repeating the following words. I, Don, in the presence of my fellow members
In the presence of my fellow members
of the WMC Toastmasters Club,
of the WMC Toastmasters Club,
make this firm an obligation
make this firm obligation
to attend meetings
to attend meetings
regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters education
outlined in the Toastmasters education
program, to participate actively in club activities,
in the club activities,
to evaluate others
to evaluate others
in a positive, constructive manner,
in a positive, constructive manner,
to build open,
to
build open,
build open,
friendly relationships
friendly relationships
with my fellow members,
and
to bring other new members
to bring other new members
into the club
into the club
so that they can also gain
so that they can also gain
the benefits of Toastmasters.
the benefits of Toastmasters.
Would all club members please repeat our club's pledge to our new member?
You need to stand.
Yes.
If you can.
We, the members of the WMC Toastmasters Club, pledge to support you in your quest for self-development, to provide you with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, to give you opportunities, to help others, and to make your Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. I now call upon his mentor to come over here. No. You already.
Yeah. You say that. If we jump out and jump in. Sounds good. I mean. I can. Yes. We have. Yeah, that's why he wanted.
Also the same in the
That's why he wanted.
probably.
He must have now.
Yeah.
It's like a
Thank you so much. Everyone, welcome Toastmaster Don.
TMI fees,
TMI fees is 24 BD. 24.
24 for 6 months. Every month 4 weeks. Say that or else we'll get hard. 4 plus 9, 13. Yeah, 9 is still a fix. Yeah. 500 mg.
Lot things I'm not telling because we already know.
John, you know nobody is drinking water. He already paid. It's for 6 months.
So he's going to pay even for the next.
So nice.
So thank you everyone. This will conclude the business portions of this meeting. Handing over back.
Mr. Wilson, one question is about our next meetings now. We are having meeting, we have reserved this meeting room till this month end, August end.
So next
And then
meeting
Crown Plaza will be open from, I guess, September onward, they will be open. So you have to take a call on that. Yeah, discuss that.
Yeah, the Crown Plaza is there open and the same, I mean, whatever the.
And also other thing is that our meetings are supposed to be first and third, because this time what we have done is second and fourth we have done it.
We are
going back to first and
We are
third.
back to second and fourth. I next.
No, First
Already
and
mentioned, already I mentioned, you can see that.
Yeah, first and third.
First and third for them, okay, from September. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you so much.
Sir, still we are not clear that we are continuing here or Crown Plaza.
No, we'll continue one next meeting.
Next meeting will be here, but September.
Then first,
Because
September.
it's 3 weeks. right?
In the next meeting will come to you.
That will be Crown Plaza or any other. We'll see, depending on the pricing and whatever. We'll see, we'll get new pricing.
See, either we are in a hill or a crown, it's on the top.
Food should be good. Over to you. Dear passengers, we have a magician amongst us. We can pull a egg from the hat or hen from the bucket. I'll not say anything more about him. Please welcome the Wonder Boy, Kev Jahangir.
Take care of your pocket or else you will pull that also.
Well, today my job is none of that. In fact, my job is catching those who pull stuff from the pockets in trains. I am your dean. I am your auditor for now. What is a train's auditor? The auditor, I myself have never sat in a train my whole life, but from what I believe, the auditor's job is checking the tickets, making sure if everyone has paid over here. Neeta Kumari, let me know if someone hasn't paid for today's meeting. My second job is revenue collection. By revenue collection, I mean some passengers here come just to enjoy the good food and great vibe. They hardly participate. You must have learned a thing or two. Next time, participate in the table topics. My job is to catch them. My third job is reporting issues. You might think, oh, what kind of issue could come in this club? We're peaceful and everything. The worst possible issue is this guy called Kev coming late. Well, let me tell you something. As the train's auditor, it is the auditor's job to be there present before anyone else. Why? To make sure that the train is well coordinated, everyone is on time, everyone has paid, and every little thing. However, today, the auditor was 5 minutes late.
Only today?
Only today.
Today, yes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes.
Now you might think, oh, yeah, that's kind of bad for you, right? Well, I was 5 minutes late because the train guards had called me and told me there's a very suspicious individual on this train present today. And he has bought something, he or she, to be honest, we have a fair share of women. He or she has bought something illegal on the train and you have to come and check it right now. So I was 5 minutes late. And to my shock, I was quite surprised. You know what? I think I must surprise you as well. Oh God, this is what was found. Some green illegal substance. Somebody bought this on the train today. Now we don't know who it is. However, that person, he could be perhaps the earliest one on this train or the latest one. Not me. Honestly. However, we are going to find out which of you bought this illegal substance by taking the report from my God. Tell me, God. Tell me about the timings and everything else.
Good evening again. We started at 16:05, so 5 minutes late. What I did was I kept track of time for most people. So I would start with Hita. You saved 30 seconds. Then Pramodar, in his address, he saved almost eight minutes. And then, as usual, as soon took over, Anita Kumari took 33 seconds extra. It's fine. And we took, both of us, 11 seconds. And then for the speaker number one, that is Hita, she took 7 minutes, 32 seconds, 2 seconds more. So I'll leave it to the evaluators and the rest, whether she should be back in the train or stand away or all of us on the platform. The second speaker, Dr. Sajid Kumar, he took 6 minutes and 39 seconds. Also give the thing on the table topic, people visiting Babel Bahrain. The Babel Bahrain tour, Dr. Saji took 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Norman took 1 minute and 20 seconds. Kaif, as usual, he never comes on time, but he takes enough time. So he took 3 minutes. And Dr. Brahmara took 1 minute, 47 seconds. All of you are back on the train, except for Kaif. But I'll come back again.
Thank you very much for that very detailed report. My God, as you can see, my God, he was so precise. He got Hita coming 2 seconds late to the train. That puts you on a suspect list. And I'm going to have 2 very well professional school evaluators to come here and take the final decision. For that, I'm going to call the dean of this train. I'll be right back. Hello, y'all. I am your dean of the train. So while we have been on a very controversial odyssey so far, there has been some illegal substance, 2 culprits, one named Kev who took 3 minutes, 100% disqualified, possible suspect, other one Hita, 2 seconds late. Is she going to qualify or not? We are going to find out from her school guides. So let me call upon the first guide today. However, before I call upon them, you might think, oh, obviously they all spoke pretty well, right? They're 100% going to pass this exam. Let me tell you something. Back when there was this little boy called Kaf, when he didn't know any answer to a question, he wrote perhaps the best stories in his entire life. I am very sure my story made Shija Kunjapi, my maths teacher, cry as well once. However, the problem was these stories were not related to the question. Everyone here has had a certain task, a certain question given by their guide. They could give the best speeches ever, but if that is not related to your question, you are going to fail today's exam. So let's find out with our first evaluator, Vivek Tilikan, Toastmaster Vivek.
The sands of time are ever flowing, so make each one count. Thank you, WWE presenter, general evaluator. Let's start with the speech purpose. What is the speech purpose? Inspire and motivate the audience to embrace mindfulness, letting go of past regrets and future anxieties. What do you think what has happened? Hita had come over here, and one thing was very evident. She was very well prepared. Why do I say so? Number one, very well structured speech. You can cut it into stages like train bogies. It was that well defined. The hourglass analogy. She presented the premise. She put up the signboards. Okay, this is what I'm going to speak about. Build up the background, the transformational phase, which is Bob Proctor's prospectus, right? Proctor. Bob Proctor's Power of Now, and the 6 mantras ranging from mindfulness, meditation, all the way to self-compassion. Number 2, I thought it was very well scripted. This was a writer's delight. Very descriptive as well. For example, there were phrases like, in the same phrase itself, you came across the sunrise, strangers smile, the taste of coffee. So exactly like a brew coffee advertisement. And there were memorable phrases like disconnect to reconnect. So throughout her Odyssey, she had peppered in moments that stay in the mind. And something else which I liked was the ending. Look at the way that she had crafted the ending. It's not a destination, but a landscape. Life is not a destination, but a landscape filled with moments captured through the lens of the mind. What could be improved upon?
Number one, what was the speech? Again, it's supposed to be an inspirational speech. And inspirational speech is supposed to get the emotional investment of the audience, for which you need a story or an incident. I felt that there were methods, techniques, all of this was shared. But why a story is because it is a demonstration of the principles that you speak about, especially in a speech that is designed to inspire, show it in action so that we buy into it. All right, you are actually selling a concept and we need to buy in. A story helps. And what could be improved upon? If there is a lack of a story, maybe how you could manage time better. All right, that's where trimming would help. You just lost time by 2 seconds, but I thought a slight amount of scripting would help you out here. So to summarize, well structured, well scripted and descriptive and a great ending, what could be improved upon was a lack of a story and small scripting changes that would help the time. So Toastmaster Hither reminds us that your life mirrors an hourglass. You always have the power to turn the hourglass over. Over to you.
That was a great evaluation, great remark for the thesis written by Toastmaster Hita Kumari.
She ran away, she's the one.
Oh, she ran away. As you can see, moving on. That was great. She has hopefully passed with a few remarks. Space for growth. Now moving on to our next student, the next person who wrote the thesis. In my whole life, my mom, since I was a little boy, she always told me, Cap, stop playing PlayStation. You're gonna wear specs. 6 months is all I give you. In 6 months, you're gonna wear specs. 1 month is all I give you. Next month, he's gonna wear specs. Safe to say, I still don't have specs. Thank God. However, after all these years, I heard those words again by the pediatrician of this club, Toastmaster Saji Kumar. Now, has he really passed his exam? Did he succeed in giving the answer to the question? Let's find out with his evaluator, Toastmaster Owen Craster.
Good afternoon, auditor. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, our speaker presented his speech on how to pursue it. As we say, preaching is easy, practicing is difficult. Being a pediatrician, he showed us that particular angle. We always see doctors keep on preaching us to do certain things. He showed us today, he is also at the receiving end, it's a bit difficult as well. But however, as his speech goes, he has come out with a very good subject and he's prepared very well. And he researched that particular topic thoroughly and he's presented with the facts and also he brought in a personal story with his child, how he's helpless at times with the PlayStation and how to control. And along with that, he has given us action points as well. What all things we have to do and how to control our children. It's 2020 rule. He has told us about it. And then also he has come out with something called train as well. So he showed us because we have already boarded on train. He left, kept on repeating that word train. And it's really a great idea to come out with relevant subject as well. And then you took us to the Odyssey. And it is very good one, good speech. However, each speech can be made better. How you can do that? One thing I noticed, you took long pause in between. And at times you're looking down as well, thinking what to speak next. So being a fluent speaker now, you're in your project, in your level 3. You must train yourself well so that you can come and deliver effortlessly. So this content was excellent, but this kind of long pauses at times distract the audience. And other thing is the stage movement as well. You have to move with the purpose. When you're stretching a particular point and you're emphasizing on that, come and speak it louder or you use your voice modulation when you are emphasizing, like you come out with the excellent, you always use in your speech humor as well. Today as well, you come out with the humor, like how pediatrician you are at the receiving end always. Otherwise you can blame your wife, but here you can't blame. This is what came out with. This is all good points. Along with that, if you can, certain points you can emphasize how you can do it better. That will be great. Overall, excellent story. You had a personal story. You engaged the audience as well. You asked a question, and you are there with all the checkbook, tick marks I can do. You have done it well, and also you go give us action point. However, you can work on, better prepared a bit and emphasize your movement properly and stretch your points. Then it can be an amazing speaker. All the best. Back to you.
That was a great remark by your school guide. By the looks of it, with certain few areas for growth and certain few talents which our pediatrician already has, he is in line to becoming a champion very soon. Now, moving on, tell me this, who is the scariest person on a train? Whenever you walk into a train, what's the first thought that goes through your mind? Usually in my case, it would be, oh, I hope there are no gundas over here. I'm gonna get something wrong. However, on Palace of Wheels, something weird happened. Out of everyone, the tour guide was the scariest person. May I ask why? I got a call from my passengers. Who is this tour guide? She's calling all of us, asking us to give history of places, asking us how we shop for stuff. What are we going to say? I thought to myself, oh my God, this is not supposed to be how it's supposed to go. Why are you guys afraid of this tour guide? So what did I do? I called up the school of WMC and I told, you know what, I want you to look into this tour guide's activities. And I want you to tell me whether what she has done, is it right or wrong? And we are going to find out now with my fellow guide, DT Manoj Pandey.
And your job will be done after you.
Thank you.
Good evening, fellow passengers. You need nothing to worry. Because when the tour guide was here, you all participated very nicely because you're given an opportunity to loot, to buy, to get whatever you want. And that was, so everybody is traveling on the same train. Okay, if she is a culprit, even we are. Because we participated with her. With our okay, so now what did she did best? Her topic selection was very close to our heart. We all wanted to speak on it. Being a man, even we got a chance of what to loot, that we could loot it the same thing for our wives only. We don't have anyone else. Okay, so your topic selection was very apt. It was engaging. Everyone was trying to listen. What is your questions? But somewhere in the journey, I felt the first two topics that you said was not clearly understood by many sitting. Even my neighbors were saying. So I could make it out. The other two were very good, very relevant. So if you could have made the first two also so relevant as the latter one, you had a passed with flying colors. That is one simple suggestion for you. Your delivery was good. Your preparation was good. But the last two lines, if you have read of the project objective, which says the member should not try to teach or have others demonstrate active listening skills. So somewhere I found in your comments that you were trying to do that in one. So just try to improve on that. Having said that, I give you 98 out of 100. Over to you.
What a score. Somehow, the scariest person on the screen who all of you complained about got 98 out of 100. This journey has indeed been an odyssey. From people openly confessing, oh, I want to steal those gems, to someone saying, oh, I didn't buy that for my wife, to someone bringing illegal substances. What an odyssey has this journey been. What an odyssey has this whole train been. But what matters the most is, was this odyssey entertaining? Will I tell about it to my grandkids? At one time I was on Palace of Wheels. This, and this happened. The conductor was this, and possibly maybe some of the guides here were bribed. You never know, everyone passed. How did this happen? Someone is hardly supposed to fail, right? This train has been through a lot today, but to say the least, it has been entertaining. Yes, that's what matters the most. Now let me get to this train from the starting. As an orator, I'm going to give you the full report, all the way starting from, one moment. Sorry, the Sergeant at Arms. Amazing introduction. While you thought I wasn't present, I was watching through YouTube. I loved it. Now moving on to our president. I love how he gave a speech about Abraham Lincoln. Why? It gave us an inspiring start. And this is something I love about WMC. I remember when I first walked into this club, Abdul Rahim was the president back then. And oh God, he gave some really good inspirational speeches. And to be honest, what I took back with me weren't the speeches which happened, we know which our speakers gave, but the starting speech which the president gives. So I must tell you, these starting speeches which you give, they go a long way. Trust me when I say it. You may think that, okay, just an introduction and there's a whole 2 hours of shows, but you are the first person to speak. And whatever words you say, they're going to enter everyone's mind fresh. And they're going to take it with them home. They're going to talk about it to their friends. They're going to mention your story to others. So you have a huge effect on the people in this club. And I love how you're using this power. Amazing. Let's have a round of applause. Now moving on to our grammarian. I love about this meeting is that how closely knit the role players are to the team. You know, in the last 2 years in WMC, I noticed we used to have so many teams, right? However, yeah, there would be some light thrown towards it, and then we would go on in the same WMC Toastmaster manner. Grammarian, evaluate everything. However, the TMOD, all the way from the TMOD to the grammar, timer, R counter, all of them change the wordings. They change what they call each other. They change every little bit of it to follow their theme, and they did not go off track. That's something I absolutely loved. The grammarian completely stuck to her this thing. It's a her, right? Yes. To her. The grammarian completely stuck to the script. Absolutely loved it. Moving on to the R counter, let me tell you something. I have been a Toastmaster for 2.5 years, but in these 2.5 years, this was one of the best R counter introductions I ever heard. I'm not exaggerating it. Why? Because as we sat, he started giving R's, and I genuinely thought that he forgot his script. And you, Rekha, was telling, oh, 3 minutes over already. Come on, man. We got annoyed. Then came in his Toastmastering, the fluent way with what he described the role, how he came in, being the worst possible culprit out there, and then transitioning into an R counter. That was beautiful. He didn't need to introduce it anymore because his little skit that did the job. It introduced the role. And to be honest, I'm speaking from the time when I was a new Toastmaster. I thought the R counter's role was one of the goofiest role out there. But what he did was he proved me wrong. If he would have been the R counter back then, I would have been proved wrong again. So keep it up. Keep up with the skits. It's amazing. Moving on to the timer. I love how you stuck on to the theme as well. Keep it up. And I loved your introduction. I love how, I didn't really tell him about this illegal substance and all being bought. But when he noticed, okay, we are following sort of a skit here, he immediately banged on. He immediately caught on to it, and he went with the flow with me without having any planning. So therefore, this was great of you, great impromptu work, and keep up the good work. Now moving on to, give me a minute, my bad, to the speeches. I know it's not the general evaluator's job to give speeches, but I absolutely loved how you use props, Hita. Keep it up. Keep up with the props, because props are what really capture everyone's, mind. I remember this, I think it's one of the very few meetings where Dr. Saji didn't use a prop. Usually he comes with a medicine or something. They are so amazing. I love the use of props. Immediately capture everyone's attention. And when you add a little twist to the prop, a little story, that makes it even more cooler. It's almost like you have the secret tool, which is going to enhance your whole meeting, something which others don't have. It's going to enhance your whole speech. So that was absolutely amazing. Keep up the good work, both of you. I have to highlight this. Dr. Saji's comeback has to be watched. He lost out in the middle, and we could all say he was trying to remember, recall his speech, his script. And dang on, he delivered a few lines about his son, about not following his own advices. And bam, all of us were laughing because we could relate. I remember whenever I went to doctors with my father, first thing they would say is, oh, your son, you should have done this to him, you should have done that. It was so funny for me to hear that they themselves don't follow their own advices. And I loved it. He not only came back, he smashed it. He made everyone laugh and he got the audience back even better than he ever had before. And that happened because he spoke about a person's story. Like our evaluator Vivek told, you must include personal stories in your speeches because they give you a different sort of confidence you can't even imagine. Dr. Saji is an example for that. Let's have a huge round of applause. Let's come back. Now let's move on to our GMOD, the star of the show. Let me tell you, this was one of the most creative meetings I've ever been part of. Not because he assigned me this role, but because it was so good. He got on a call with all of us. He made sure we knew the script. And, usually I see TMODs sort of, jumping off the track somewhere, going back to Toastmasters, using Toastmasters terms. But this man, the driver of Palace on Wheels, Palace on Wheels, yes, did not change track. He stuck onto the track throughout the meeting. I absolutely loved it. And the Kit Kats, who does not love a good meal? Let's go. Moving on to table topics. Now, I love how you highlighted that this is what happens when you don't stand up for the table topic session. Others will take your chance. It was amazing. But as a GE, I would love it for you all to not continue this. Because to be honest, table topics is supposed to be scary. I have delivered some of my best speeches when I was called upon, when my mind was especially in a different world. So this is the real purpose of table topics. It jockeys your mind, it like gives it a kick, And you might give some of the best speeches in your life or the biggest blunders, but what matters the most is you learn a thing or two. So therefore, table topics should be picked on. And I love how for the last few meetings you demonstrated to everyone that this is what's going to happen. If you don't stand up for yourself, some confident guy is going to speak again, like me, Norman, all of us who spoke today, and you will feel like you missed out. However, I would love it if the XCOM went back to the old tradition on this one, because this is what really makes Toastmastering. It brings out the inner devil in us, speaking devil. Now let's move on to our table topics master. Oh, I love the presentation. It was amazing. She stuck onto the script throughout. She had a little badge as well made over here. The presentation was so well made. I have to acknowledge it. It was something so unique and I actually felt like I was on a journey because every little part of it was just sticking to the script. Amazing job. Keep it up. A huge round of applause. Now moving on to this new session, introduced by this XCOM, and I'm loving it. Lighter moments. Let me tell you this, I didn't laugh as much as I did in any humorous competition, as much as I did today. This speech was just so funny. I loved it. And the best part was it wasn't following any Toastmastering guideline or anything. It was just something out there to make us laugh. Lighter moments is a great part of the meeting. I'm so glad that WMC is doing it. Props to the XCOM. This is great stuff. And props to Rekha Uttam, Toastmasters, and Rekha Uttam for doing this amazing speech. Now, moving on, the member induction. Speaking about the member induction, Don here, he's 6'4". What does Don and Saddam Hussein's murderer son have in common? The murderer playboy, who's known for having a lavish life, Uday Saddam Hussein, he too was 6'4". But the most important part here is both of them were Dons. Both of them. So Don, welcome to the club. I'm glad to see you here as a member. Highlighting to what Toastmaster Vivek told earlier, he had a strong point. The whole thing about making a decision, which is nothing serious. We just do it for culture on whether to induct members or not. It should be done on the meeting before inducting them, because that makes a whole lot more sense. We can't just kick them out. Somebody decides not to have them, which never happened, by the way. So that was pretty good as well. Moving on to my evaluators, great evaluation. Keep it up, both of you. You guys were very critical. There was no buttering, even though the speeches were so good. Very little buttering, and that's how you should be. Although I believe I have buttered this session way too much, simply because I was late. We are still somewhat on time. And since I took it off time, I'm taking responsibility for it. So in my eyes, you're still on time. I'm proud of all the role players, every single one who played part in this meeting. As we are coming to a conclusion, I must ask our grim. I'm coming there. I must ask for one of our trained police officers for his report on grammar. So,
Timing for evaluation.
or should I go timing first? Well, let's talk to my train guard. You can tell me perhaps who do you believe is the suspect behind this at the end of the report?
It's been a roller coaster. I was supposed to keep the train on track, but it's gone.
What did I have a lot to deal with?
And the suspect is quite obvious, so I don't know. Evaluator Vivek took 3 minutes, 27 seconds. Evaluator Owen took 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Maharaj just took 2 minutes and 11 seconds. What people say on time, but the Odyssey will continue with this man holding on. The Odyssey for everybody who's going to go even further. Back to you.
Thank you very much, my most loyal train guard. He's so loyal, he has openly accused me of killing the time. And that's what I love about you. No buttering. Amazing.
Bringing the illegal substance on.
Now let's talk to our counter, aka our other trained police officer, Toastmaster Abdul Rahim.
Good evening once again. The good news is I don't have a long list. As the train comes to a final halt, let's see what is the illegal stuff that we have done today. Our dynamic train driver had, Yashodhan had 7 hours, which is not surprising because he spoke a lot. And police woman Anita Kumari had 1 and the train guard Murali had 2 hours. And the first guide, Vivek, had 1 hour. Second guide, Owen, had 2 units. Our first, or rather second student, Saji Kumar, Dr. Saji, had 4 hours in his beautiful speech. Naturally, I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised by the number of hours, but your speech was so eloquent, so natural, so informal. R was 4 and was 2, so total 6 you had. Again, I'm surprised by the tour coordinator, tour guide, considering her eloquence and her articulation. I was surprised that she had 4 hours, 3 yours, and 4 so. Toastmaster Surabila. Our magician, guide, and dean, Kai, had 5, however. 5, yes. Now, the railways minister, Prabodhaji, had none. None. First student, Hita didn't have any. And Norman also didn't have any, the passengers. Total, we had 36 fillers and crutches. And the number of speakers who spoke is 16. So per speaker, we had 2.25 filler words, which is quite good. I must say, I'm very happy today. Not too many. So congratulations to all of you. And try to minimize as much as possible filler words and hours. The 2 strategy, number 1, of course, is to practice hard. Second thing, wherever you want to to fill with filler words, try to fill with pause or silence. Have you heard Narendra Modi's speech? So smooth, so flawless, so not a single sentence repeated, not a single word repeated, very smooth flowing. Not that his speeches are great, but for our counters, his speeches are our counters' delight. So I wish all the best, and over to you, our dean, magician, and guide.
2.25 hours per speaker. Oh, talk about the strain, talk about the quality. Thank you for that report. Let's move on to our other important trained police officer. Now, do you know, if you ever feel stupid in life, think about this. At the airport of Austria, there's a whole section for people who thought they were going to Australia. So, well, the way you speak while buying train tickets or airport tickets, that matters a lot. If your pronunciation is wrong, you could either go to Chandigarh or Chhattisgarh. You have no idea. But we're going to find out who made such grave blunders with our Gramanian for the day, aka trained police officer, Toastmaster Anita Kumari.
Thank you, guys, and good evening all. I'll try to make a quick report of the grammar day report. Some use of languages which would have been better is each sand grain would have been each sand grain, and that currently passing through would have been that is currently passing through. If I had different choices, would have been if I had chosen differently. My life was passing me would have been my life sailed past me. I immersed into would have been I immersed myself into. Was there no any screen time? It has been what in their screen time. Every children above 5 years would have been every child above 5 years. What did she did best? Is better. What did she do best? I was really happy because we had many beautiful use of words, quotes, sayings, etc. Which include life is a journey and be the passengers. What we need is a pause and not a filler word. To live in the present and appreciate the present moment. Mindfulness, metamorphosis, stay focused in the present moment to disconnect, to reconnect, gratitude journaling, practicing self-compassion, live your life to the fullest. Rule of 2020 was really enlightening. And when you have a boyfriend, life is all fun. From a 3-year-old, that was really fun. Talking during traveling is fascinating, especially if you have money in your pocket. And sands of time are ever flowing. Make each one count. This was all very beautiful. Then the word of the day count is Odyssey and not Odyssey. Most of you use the word of the day. Toastmasters, Yashodan, Abdul Rahim, Sita, Rekha, Sarabia, and Robin used it once. Toastmasters, Vivek and Saji used it twice. And Toastmasters, Murali and Kaif used it 6 times. So it's kind of you should share the price.
Wow.
For using the word of the day 6 times.
Look at the camera.
Don't
look at the price.
They would have expected something.
I'll be selling this in a shop.
So as the voting is done,
Ballot.
oh, the voting ballot has been released. Feel free to vote. Oh, wow. Talk about balance.
What to say? Look at the.
Now, this, my friends, has been an amazing odyssey. Thank you for the very beautiful report to our Gramanian. Thank you for this amazing bottle of chocolates. We shall all vote for her for putting this much effort, but also for the others. As I'm coming to a conclusion, this was indeed one wild odyssey, and with that, I used it 7 times. I have beaten this man. I conclude and hand over the. I hand over the meeting back to the TMOD. That's why I said he's the wonder boy.
Well, our train was absolutely on time and we were gonna reach the station on time, but then it derailed a bit. Still, we can
Controversies.
let's put it back on track And I don't want to waste any further time. We have reached our station, WMC Toastmasters. So let me invite our station master once again on the podium. Toastmaster Prabodha. Keep on clapping till you can see.
Well done, well done. Well done, Toastmaster of the day. You have done a fantastic job. Please take a round of applause. Ballot is already published, we can fill up immediately. And in the meantime, our guest. Dr. Brahmalakshmi, other guests, what do you feel about this meeting?
Oh, it definitely was a wonderful experience. I thank Anita, though she had to coax me a lot into coming here for the past few months actually. But then finally I did come here. I'm really happy that I did. And definitely looking forward to more sessions with all of you. Thank you.
Anybody else want to say anything? Because we have still time for the.
We have time. WMC always has time. That's why you're never on time.
Well, the next meeting will be on 23rd August, will be the same premises.
Mr. President, what is the date for eloquence submission? Because you said
Eloquence, maybe the September 2nd meeting.
no, you will publish, but till what the date we can submit? Anybody didn't tell anything?
He's busy right now, anyway.
You can check with him later.
Yeah.
But again, you don't need to wait for that last day.
That's what, but at least give cutoff date that people know, no?
That's tomorrow.
Because
Cutoff date is tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I will take some help from someone else. I have to delegate it to someone to write.
Again, just as we have couple of minutes in between, I would just like to say that this was a different type of TMOD role, I would say, where I tried to involve each and every role player into the theme. So I'm not saying the other way is wrong or this way is wrong or whatever, but then we should try something like this as well in between to have a little bit of different type of meeting. So just keep on thinking of what you can do as a TMOD, where select a theme where you can involve as many people as you can into that theme. Thank you.
Yeah.
And one thing we must admit, Toastmaster Yashodhan is always, I call it a Mr. Innovation. He come out with different ideas. Something different. He always tries to be something unique. Yeah.
And who will go into our next movements of, I mean,
TMOD.
no, not TMOD, I'm talking about
Lighter moments.
lighter movement. Who is going to take for next meeting?
No one has volunteered.
Which one is volunteer?
Put someone's in. Like always.
You can be.
Everything's a natural.
Have a lighter moment.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
we'll
cool.
keep that.
Thank God.
In September first meeting, don't worry.
I may or may not be here.
There.
I am interested in speaking.
Although he's actually a speaker, maybe we have
Yeah,
to do
he's a-
something else.
Humor is something else, man. People don't laugh, you're done.
But that never happened with you.
The stand you stand there, people will start laughing.
The thing is, that horror movie which I gave from that hotel room. I officially have a phobia.
That was because you are not prepared. And your mind was somewhere.
When am I prepared?
I would like to ask ATM Rekha ma'am You are the senior most.
Oh God, I hate being a senior.
Taking the question. Where's the day you won the Kit Kat?
Yeah, I won something. No, all these years he has been getting, he has never given me, I mean, it's a grouse that I carried. I have one more confession, Yashodan, the person who wrote in your survey that I'm never called as meek.
Okay.
Well, that will be, let me announce, best,
You're right.
I was deep.
Yeah.
best timer, accountant and grammarian awards goes to Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. Next.
Saying I don't have space for certificates and ribbons, don't
Okay. Best TMOD G TTM award goes to Toastmaster K. Jahangir.
Yeah, you are.
Well, I won't give this to you till you tell us who brought the illegal substance.
Now you can. You
Evenly,
now
evenly.
you can.
You only got it.
Who bought the illegal substance?
You only.
You have to solve the mystery, otherwise.
I have a very good culprit. I'll say that so. I believe it was my God. It was a God indeed.
Best table topic commentator. Again, Toastmaster K. Jahangir.
That is a good point. Don't worry about the time.
You have to give this away.
I would like to get so many years, she did not get a single one. I would like to give it. Yeah. She spoke so wonderfully.
Yeah.
Refer, I'll give it to her. Refer. I'm going on the shop. I'm calling down on channels.
Middle.
Come here, Mr. Prabhu.
Yeah, propose as well.
Anyway, we are.
Let's go.
Thank you.
And best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Vivek Tilakar.
We also get.
And best
Got it,
Hita.
cat in the train. Okay.
Toastmaster Hita Krishna. Thank you, everyone. With that, I would like to. This meeting number 488 is adjourned.
Seven or eight?
6:38.
After going off track, we come back on.
We started 5 minutes late.
Still the meeting is not ended.
Bad.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Bit long. Good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. See you guys on
See you all. Great job. Lovely. I could have prepared better, but. Couldn't prepare so. Went to the flow. But you have third of the subject.
Thank you.
Enjoy. You